I welcome you to another incisive edition of Big Story. Today, we're looking at the topic Power and Performance, rethinking presidential appointment in Nigeria's key institutions. From the anti-graft crusade to the management of our oil wealth and the interpretation of our laws, the EFCC, the NNPCL, and the Office of the Attorney General are pillars of Nigeria's governance architecture. But how often have these institutions lived up to their mandate? And more importantly, what role do presidential appointments play in shaping their effectiveness or their failures? Let's take a step back. At the EFCC, we have seen a mix of great controversy and inconsistency. Nuhu Ribadu was praised for a bold anti-corruption drive, but criticized for perceived political bias. Ibrahim Lamode, Ibrahim Mago, Abdulrasheed Bawa all came in with promises of reform, but exited amid allegations, court tussles, or public distrust. In the oil sector, the NNPC, now restructured as a limited liability company, the NNPCL, has seen various GMDs and now a GCO. From the late Maikati Baru to Melekiyari down to Bayo Ojulari, we have heard promises of transparency and deregulation. Yet, oil theft, power contract, subsidy scandals continue to plague the sector. As for the Attorney Generals, from Bola Ige's short-lived tenure to Bayo Ojo, Mohammed Adoki to Abubakar Malami, the office has often walked a fine line between legal integrity and executive loyalty. Now under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the country watches closely as Ola Olukoyede takes the reins at the EFCC. Lateef Fagbemi-San steals legal affairs, and Melik Yari handed over to Bayo Ojulari, who continues at the helm of NNPCL. The question is not just whether these appointees are qualified, but whether their performance matches the power that they hold. Are we witnessing real institutional reform or the recycling of elite control? This morning, we'll be hearing from two distinct voices: a chieftain of the All Progressives Congress who has insight into the logic of this appointment, Honorable Omolaja Olaoye, and also a political scientist who offers a research-based, non-partisan perspective, Victor Akile. Let's ask the big questions. Let's rethink the system. Good morning, Honorable.
Thank you for having me on this program. I'm delighted, and good morning to you at home who have been us in this particular moment.
Thank you, and good morning, Victor Akile.
Good morning, Jamie. Thank you for having me.
All right.
Good morning, sir. Honorable.
Good morning to you as well.
All right, let's start from the general questions. I would love to start with Honorable. Looking at Nigeria's key institutions like the EFCC, the Office of the Attorney General, and the NNPC, how would you assess the impact of presidential appointment on their performance over the last 25 years? Let's take it from the EFCC. We've seen cases of, embezzlement of funds, or maybe they are seen with issues of corruption. They are being removed. We've seen cases with the Attorney General as well. They are being, they have court issues as well. Looking at all of this, what do you make of the assessment? How well have they performed over the last 25 years?
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
There can't be any perfect institution. And mind you, you have to realize that before EFCC was created, it was a kind of initiation being made by United States of America. They made us to realize that before they can be giving us a lot of things and we can be accepted to the world platform, we need to reform our opaque law, who has been burdened with a lot of court cases and ineffective judicial system.
Okay.
And they made us to realize that the SUV, whatever, a kind of arm of police who is in charge of fraud is not effective. So that is why EFCC was created in the first instance. You can see how some governors who are so emboldened with corruption challenged the power of EFCC recently, and they lost at Supreme Court because they made us to realize that EFCC is not in the Constitution. It's not in the Constitution, but is law that being made separately to be able to tackle corruption. Now, let's talk about the creation. Obasanjo did well, and I am telling you, Nuhu Ribadu performed well. You can say it's nepotism, you can say it's bias, you can call him anything.
Despite the cases that surrounded his tenure,
there is going to be a lot of controversy. You cannot have a perfect system. People look at things in different perspectives. Where you see the negativities, there is going to be positivity. When you see the positivities, there is going to be negativity. But after he has left office, we have not seen anyone that performed like him until Magu came. And when Magu was doing a kind of superior job, a kind of when he was doing a good job, there are some people who doesn't like his styles, and they make sure that they removed him. But now talking about the appointment by the presidency, the AFCC is going to reflect what the president is talking about. He's going to talk about the body language of the president. We have seen in this country during the time of President Jonathan, some people took Minister of Petroleum and Mr. Madueke to court because they have been seeing how she's mismanaging Nigerian money. About $10 billion was controversy surrounding Mr. Madueke. And what did the federal government do? They went to court and they placed a perpetual injunction on him on the court case. So any EFCC chairman being appointment is a reflection of the presidency. It tells us what the presidency, the mandate the president gives him or her to do. So I think as we are during the time of was Ribadu,
okay, we
saw never that is that happened before a inspector general of police being taken to court. It was an outcome, his boss, and he cut out a lot of money. We know that during the time of Ribadu, we have seen Senate president that we found his hand in a bribery cases, and it was removed. So we have to give kudos to these people. And mind you, a lot of out of this moment, a lot of governors were in court serving governor. They want to try. They want to find out their illicit transaction when you are talking about the state business, and they have gone to court to place a kind of injunction on EFCC not to check their their book. So to me, okay, EFCC are doing a great job.
Okay, let me turn to Victor Akilen. You've heard some of the things that he has said. Can you do an assessment of the past EFCC chairman that we've had, past Attorney General, and of course looking at the past, GMDs and the GCO that we have currently? Can you do an assessment of their performance, based on the fact that they were appointed, by the president rather than elections?
Okay, thank you. I will use a word Honorable said that. Okay. There can be no perfect system.
Okay.
So there wouldn't be any perfect system anyway. However, this appointment to the persons appointed, we can actually...
Can you speak up a little bit?
We can actually question their credibilities. Like he said, Ribadu did so well. And of course, after Ribadu, we've really not seen someone who would outperform Ribadu in that office. That is true. However, everybody that has filled that role, permits me to say they were not credible enough, and that is why we have not gotten somebody that is better than Ribadu. So the question is, who are or what kind of persons or what qualifies people to emerge or to be appointed for particular roles? And then I'll cite an example, but I'll come back there. Why would the president now appoint people, that would not function and wouldn't mind what the nation thinks about the appointments? Are you understand what I'm trying to say?
Okay.
Because if what we pray for is yesterday was good, today should be better. If Ribadu did well, then the next person should do better. So there hasn't been a proper structure to the appointments, and that is why we have not gotten better performances across board. Not only FCC, but NM, PCL, and every other parastatal. Here is it now. Presently, permit me to say this. I'm not supposed to say, but I will. The present Minister for Power isn't an electrical person at all. But for whatever reason, appointed to that position, he would never perform to our expectation. It might be an accountant. He might know how to handle. It might have some capacities in several areas, but shall we learn how to put the right peg in the right holes? Once that begins to play out, then the idea of we do not have perfect system, maybe yes, but will reduce drastically.
So you don't think it's about the appointment, but about the type of people that are being appointed?
Yes, the type of people that have been appointed, number one, and the ideology behind the appointments. So why am I appointing you to this role? Then there has to be a structure that must be checked and balanced later. So when you are not performing well, considering the standard that has been laid down, then we should question you.
I have an observation when it's come to that.
Okay.
I mean, we have seen a situation in Nigeria when we are talking about the round peg in a round hole. We are talking about this, and we have seen a lot of people, even from those fields, criticizing anybody that has been appointed. Let's talk about, I'm talking about Aborishadi. He was a lecturer. People have been criticizing that. Why should people who are not into education system being appointed as Minister of Education? Do you know who are against him? The lecturer themselves. They fought against him. They did everything. They said he's not qualified. They said he's probably second class. They talk about anything. And we have seen somebody who is an engineer, we are talking about patronage, that was appointed into Minister of Power. He didn't do well. He was embroiled in corruption. That is why he was booted out by Jonathan. Now, anybody, I keep in my area, we don't have electricity for about 2.5 years. I'm telling you, because the committee doesn't have the capacity to be able to buy what's it called? Transformer. We fought. We did what we can be able to do, and some of us get transformer. Now, we are enjoying electricity, unlimited electricity. I am telling you sincerely.
Okay, Honorable, let me say something.
I'm just telling you about this bio into the financial system. Nobody will tell me the electricity system has not improved in the area more than before.
Okay.
And so this was started by Buhari, because this is when we can be able to see that electricity can be. We've seen this cement deal was embodied in controversy, but now electricity can be stored and be given to people. Yep. It has improved drastically, despite the fact that Bayo Adelabu is from financial sector and is doing very well.
He has a counter opinion. Can you respond to that?
So
please?
This is what I was saying. This is what I want to say. When we put the right pegs in the right holes, if that right peg now does a mistake, then we can question him. Aborishade. Now, if we appoint an education person, like a lecturer, a senior lecturer for that matter, to the ministry as the Minister for Education, and you do less than expected, we'll fire you. So that will not be the problem of the nation again. That's your own problem. That is your own shame. You are a lecturer and you cannot perform well within your own jurisdiction. It's your shame, not the nation's shame again. So, yes, we should appoint based on meritocracy, number one. Then credibility, number two. I might be a media person and not be able to, someone can be Aborishade is a fine example, or whatever. You can be in a particular space, in a particular sector of life, qualified, yeah, but then you do not have the capacity to handle a public office. Now, you cannot compare the VC of any institution to Minister for Education. Are you getting it? Okay. The VC of an institution is only governing an institution. Abi now, just within your Your administration is within the institution.
Right.
But when you now become the minister for education, you are governing the entire education of the entire nation. Hundreds of millions of people. Unlike thousands of where you are coming from. So somebody might have somebody might be qualified, but might not have the capacity in a particular role. So that will not be the problem of the nation. It is the person's problem. So what do? If there's a check and balance to this structure, we check it and then we balance it. Why are you not doing well? Despite the fact that you are still functioning within the same system, that is your problem. Is it that there is fear of office? Is it that there is fear of the people? Is it what is the problem? If it is what we can resolve, if he needs to go for training, home or abroad, let's train him. If not, let's sit him down and appoint another person. It's that simple.
Okay, let me turn to
Wait, I'm not done.
Okay.
Then for the power, fine. I will still maintain the fact that when we learn how to put the right pegs in the right hole, things would get better. Now, Bayo, you said, is doing well. You mentioned that you didn't have lights in your area for a while. Then maybe when Bayo came in or whatever, then you have light. Yes, that is a personal experience.
It's the contribution of the society, the community. When we got
let me use your word now. The contribution of the community. So your community took care of the lights, not the government.
No, the government now supply us the lights, so we are now enjoying it.
Okay, fine. But that is your personal experience. Yeah. We would have a counter experience somewhere else.
Because it's political. That's what I'm saying. It's political.
Okay,
because
why do you say it's political?
I am saying it's political because I've seen a lot of expression in the social media criticizing the elections. I've seen the friends that don't like Bayo that talks about that they have paucity of electricity, that they don't enjoy it in their area. But when you see a kind of a place like after Olodo that is more rural area enjoy electricity, why are you going to talk about Band A that is Bodija, Bashorun? When they are complaining, you will know definitely that they are lying. Because when you are talking about those areas, they are not Band A, they are not Band B, probably they are Band C or D, and they are enjoying unlimited electricity. Now thinking about Band A, that the government are going to be able to get the money. You know, it is during his own time that he knew I cannot fuel electricity. That is why I choose a kind of system to be using as transport. I'm talking about bike. Now because of that, I have a solar system, no doubt about it. I cannot even use it anymore because I will charge this and it's not usable because I will see that light nothing less than 12 hours a day. I'm telling you, 12 to 15 hours a day. That's
impressive. But let's talk about this in 1 minute. Honorable, don't you think, okay, you think he's doing very well. Don't you think his office has some lapses here and there?
Lapses is everywhere. There are some, how to define it, you don't even know. He was talking about integrity and meritocracy.
Yes.
No matter what you do, it is
meritocracy and credibility.
Okay.
Credibility. It is so difficult to design.
Okay.
And to be able to assess, because how some people might look at you, probably you are doing good, you are not being biased, your family will say you are too rigid, and you are doing what is good, and by the time your family is talking about reflection of you, they are going to be talking bad about you because they will tell you don't help your family. But by the time you help your family, it becomes nepotism as well. The outsider will see you as somebody who choose your family more than them. Now, you see, what I see when you are talking about the elite is that the egocentric of that education system. We have seen so many times whereby they fight the student fight with the rector, they fight with the VC of different university, talking that they are not competent. And these people are put there because of they were chosen among them. A VC is not going to be choosing from University of Ibadan to govern University of Ife. He's going to be choosing from the same institution. But still, they are going to criticize them. We have seen a lot of them that have been stoned. We have seen a lot of them that they have been demonstrated upon. So now, when you are talking about, there is no way you can be perfect. But let's take example of United States of America. See the way President Trump is governed United States and is handling the world. You will see the bias, the egocentric, the bad manner, and he was elected overwhelmingly. There is nothing there is no president that ever enjoyed the kind of a kind of vote he has enjoyed. He was used to be elected. See, you can see the bias of people. When you are talking about the escalation system, is questionable. His business antics is questionable. He accepted about an helicopter that is even, it is not allowed for any president to accept. He accepted it, and it has never been questioned. The Republican are always behind him. Imagine that kind of president happen in Nigeria. People will have crucified him. So when you are talking about integrity, metrocracy,
credibility,
yes, ability or whatever, it is not well defined.
I'll come back to you, Honorable. Let me speak to Victor. Let's look at this issue concerning past attorney generals. I mean, take Malami for instance. A lot of persons have complained that while he was in power, during his tenure, he used his office to actually benefit some of his political allies. So I want to ask you. I mean, you're not partisan. Do you think some of these appointments are based on who can actually bow to some of my requests, ethnicity, rather than democratic instances? What do you make of that?
Definitely. Have you ever seen it in Nigeria where, I'm going to use this word, bipartisanship. This Trump is talking about engaged or did a lot of bipartisanship in his appointments. He picked people that are not in his political party into government, into his cabinet. Maybe if...
No.
Yes, he did.
No. He chose people who are, they are on the same business terrain.
Okay.
When you are talking about not being partisan, it's different. You might choose neutral people, but it's only government that is not. When you are talking about partisan, that means they are collective. But this man chooses people that are from outside. Outside the party community. Probably they are in. Look at simple. When you are talking about the man that owns X,
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. He's a businessman.
They're correct at loggerheads, correct?
Because their business mentality doesn't comply. That is why they separated right now.
Okay. Can you continue your thought?
This is what I'm saying. When we want to appoint people, you said ethnicity and all that. What's that word now? Wanting to put people that you will bow to you.
Exactly.
It is normal. It is a Nigerian thing. It is our Nigerian system that the constituted authority would ensure that people who are in his cabinet would listen to him, would bow to him. Why? Because they fear that if they connive or against me, I might lose my seat. So that is a fact that we cannot downplay.
Okay.
So yes, any constituted authority in Nigeria, anywhere, whether at the state level, local government level, or federal level, would appoint people that would listen to him in the idea of loyalty.
Okay, is there a way out, for our democratic system, if that's the case? Because I feel a lot of persons or a lot of people who are served in those positions bank on the fact that these loopholes are so much. So if there's an avenue for you to actually do some certain things and go scot-free, why not? What's the way out in this situation, really?
I bet I don't know that answer.
Okay.
But the thing is this. When we have, the only answer I can give is when every politician, the legislative arm, the judicial arm, the executive arm, when all of us have the mind of the nation, when all of us put the common man at heart first, we will do well. What I mean is this. If you are appointing any person, are you thinking of Salahu at OJ? How will Salahu at OJ benefit from this appointment? When that is paramount in your heart, then your appointment will favor the nation, not you.
Okay, let me turn to Honorable.
Let me quickly say something.
Okay.
Based on Elon Musk and all that, I was saying something the other time. Bipartisanship. If somebody is in an opponent, opposition party, and if someone is in an opposition party and he is credible, then why can't we bring him on board? Why not? Now, not only politicians, there are a wide range of intelligent people in the nation that we can bring them into the system. I will mention a few names. I'm sorry to mention their names, but let me do. Fela Durotoye, of course he has contested, but let's leave him contesting. Fela Durotoye, Leke Hauda. These are names. These are people that in their own industry they've done so well, meritoriously well. So what is wrong in giving Leke Hauda a ministerial role? Why not? Eventually, what we need him to do is to come and to come and bring his intelligence to the table. Abi, is that not what we need? We need productivity.
But we have also seen people who were choosing, within their jurisdiction, and they've still performed woefully, really.
Yes. Like I said earlier, then the problem is not the nation. The problem is not the person who appointed him.
So what's the problem?
He is the one. Then it means from time you are a fluke or something is wrong. You are doing well before you came to this office. Now you go to the public office, you are not doing well. Then we should check what is the problem. Okay. You are doing well.
I don't think it's the issue of accountability, because I know that some of these people, the Senate must confirm them, but for some it doesn't need Senate confirmation. So a lot of them, let's take an example of this current GCU of NNPC. Recently, the Senate has summoned him several times. He keeps sending the CFO, and then they will not engage the CFO. Why? Because they want to speak to the GCO himself, Bayo Julari. Really, what do you make of that?
So what is stopping him from going? Why has he not gone?
That is stopping him from going.
Can you speak on that, please?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay.
There's a lot of things stopping him from going.
Okay.
The probe started from 2017 to 2023. It was not around. Now, let's talk about, when you are talking about the Senate sometimes can be trying to play to the gallery. Because a lot of people are in different departments for a very long time. NNPC is government-owned, agency, and they are the one that are funding it. And they have different departments.
It's not a limited liability company.
Now limited liability company, no, but it's still it is being owned by the government, whether you like it or not. It might be listed in stock exchange, but who is buying their stock anyway? And you are going to see that it is the government that is giving them that subvention all the time.
Okay.
But now, those people should be able to do what is needful. They have not even grilled them. And mind you, when they discover these lapses, you are talking about 210 trillion or whatever trillion.
210 trillion naira.
210 trillion that was missing. They said to the Senate that they should give them about 2 months.
Yeah, but 2 months have passed.
It has not lapsed. Everything that happened is not more than about 2-3 weeks ago, because we spoke it on this channel.
Okay, so
they asked them for about 2 month extension so they can be able to do their own assessment as well.
Okay.
I am not supporting them, but what I said during that time is that 2 months, 3 months is gonna come and go. They should be able to defend themselves. You knew when the former CBN governor Lamido Sanusi said about $20 billion was missing during the time of Jonathan. Senate doesn't come and challenge them and question them. Why now?
Really?
Yeah, it was in public domain.
Okay.
That is why he was sacked. He said NNPC has not remitted about $20 billion.
Oh, so you are you trying to say because Senate is trying to call for
they have the power, they have the constitutional
Okay.
power to do that. You don't need to play to the gallery. You must do what you're supposed to do accordingly to the law. If they ask for about 6 month extension, it's going to come, it's going to go. And I'm telling you, 2 plus 2 cannot be 5, cannot be 6, cannot be 3. When you are talking about auditing, how do you think they got Mefele? It was not there. the CBN was audited and a lot of missing money were found. That is why you have auditor. Auditor can audit anything, even 23, 24, 30 years. They can still audit it and go the balance. What I'm now saying is that the Senate must do what the constitution requires them to do.
I mean, that's what they are doing. They have asked the man to show up.
Yes, it is not mandatory. The man must show.
Really?
We have seen in the past. We have a lot of people doesn't even.
Honorable.
Okay, can you speak on that, please?
Honorable. If you are a Yoruba man,
yeah.
And I won't speak Yoruba, but there's an adage in Yoruba that says, if you are sure of yourself, then there won't be any reason for you not to show up for that. Yeah?
Okay.
So if you are sure of yourself that my hands are clean, I am transparent, why send the CFO? They summoned you, go there. This is me, what do you want to do for me?
And he gave an excuse that, I think the CFO said he attended, a seminar, the OPEC seminar in Vienna.
Fine. They summoned him 2 or 3 times. Did he attend OPEC seminar 3 times? These are flimsy excuses, man.
Do you think it's as a result, before I allow you to speak, Honorable, do you think it's as a result of the fact that, the Senate did not confirm his appointment? It was appointed by the president and started working.
Okay, this is it. The Senate won't confirm all appointments.
Obviously.
Of course they would. Paramountly, the ministers.
Okay.
Then some other cabinets may not really be.
Yes.
But in key roles,
okay.
EFCC chairman, ICPC chairman, what's that? NNPCL chairman, and the likes. Those ones should be confirmed. We should check their background, check what they've been doing.
Their antecedent.
Their antecedent, definitely. Their antecedent, yes. We must check, we must know. Even the nation should know why this person is going for this role. Then let the Senate check what they need to check, and then yes. So maybe because if the Senate summons a minister, he will run there, because initially you went there to discuss about. You went there to what's the word now? Oh, this word. Oh. They will call you. You will come and there's this word we use. There's this political word we use. But then you will go there to.
Serve the people.
No. When the Senate summons you, when the presidency or when the president, the constitutional authority, submit your name for the Senate will call each person on that list to come and prove themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if the GCO has been in the Senate before to prove himself credible of that seat, in one call he will be shivering.
Really?
The Senate is your boss.
Okay. So you think it's because it was not confirmed by the Senate?
It could be part of it.
It doesn't matter. Even if it's
confirmed, it might not be.
Can you speak on that issue?
We have seen, the head of army being confirmed by what's it called, by the Senate, and he refuses during the time of Buhari. He refuses to obey Senate when it was being called. But I would say this is good to the polity. It's good to the polity in the fact that there are now pressure on Ojulari to do what is needful. And I will tell you sincerely, even if he's going to get a leeway, he will beg his way and he will come. He might be giving any excuse right now.
Okay.
If we go,
he should go.
I am telling you, because the Senate are not going to leave him alone.
Of course.
And they are going to make sure, whether he's introvert, whether he's extrovert. Some people are introvert. They cannot be able to face the crowd. But he must learn his lesson that.
I don't think he's an introvert. I watched some of his interviews. He's very eloquent.
He's very eloquent.
Exactly.
Even if he is an introvert, all right, you are adding one of the biggest government agency of the nation. All right.
But you have seen a lot of people that buckled.
Introversy.
No. You have seen a lot of people that buckled when it's come to them being grilled by the Senate. A lot of them have made mess of themselves. Because you are talking about a lot of people. It's like you are in the court of law being grilled.
Okay.
I am just saying, some people. I am not talking about Ojulari. I still accepted, and I still believe, and I still want him to attend and heal the call of the Senate.
All right.
It should
No,
go.
Honorable,
It should
we need
go.
to, we
It
need
should
to
go. It should
leave.
go.
We need to leave. Honestly, let me begin to appreciate both of you for joining this conversation. It's been exciting. Honestly, thank you, Honorable Omolaja Lai, for showing up, and of course, Victor Akele, thank you for showing up as well. The conversation continues. Really, we do hope that you've been able to profile some solutions in terms of the kind of persons that we should appoint, and of course, there must be people of integrity. It doesn't matter where you're coming from. Once you're appointed, you must be able to do the needful so that we can have a peaceful society. All right, it's time to leave, and I want to tell you, power in the hands of a few can transform a nation or trap it in a cycle of underperformance. Institutions don't fail on their own. They fail when leadership lacks vision, integrity, or independence. As Nigerians, we must ask not just who owns the title, but what they do with the trust it carries. It's time to rethink appointment, demand performance, and hold power accountable. This has been Big Story, where conversations profile solutions to issues in the polity. Stay inquisitive, stay informed. I am Oluwayemi Adelakun saying good morning.